You're watching a recap from Investor XP, the show that covers investing for gamers. Check out the video description for details. It's Wednesday, July 19th, and we've got a great show for you today. We're going to be looking at a viewer question about Nintendo dividend. We'll talk about that. We got a viewer pick. AAOI is the stock symbol. Looking at IBM, Nintendo's new online app is finally launched, and there's a new Dead movie coming out. So each of those stories is going to have a recap video posted today at YouTube, and that's what we got coming up live. So let's go ahead and jump right in. Looking at a beaten down stock, we've talked about IBM in the past, and I wanted to revisit them. They were in the news again, and they're getting beat up once again. IBM, they just had their, I believe they just had their earnings, and they weren't quite up to snuff. People are getting, people are getting a little tired of the turnaround story. They want them to turn around and be done with it and start growing. It is not happening as quickly. So let's take a look at this. I'll post this story in the comments below. The disappointing quarter results, and it's unclear when IBM's turnaround is going to happen. They still pay a 4% dividend yield, but they're still dropping off. Their business isn't in line of what it needs to be. Let's take a look at IBM here. And this is, I'm starting to look at IBM a little bit closer now. They were down yesterday. They're down another 4% today. They got beat up when Warren Buffett basically said it. He's moving away from them and more into Apple. You can see the big drop off after earnings. I always do that with the red. Use the red. Let's use the green here. Big drop off a cliff, and they've been like sliding downward for 5 years here. They're down about $40, $50 a share-ish over the last 5 years. So again, it's when's the turnaround going to happen? Now, this whole time they've paid a pretty good dividend per share. Statistic-wise, year-over-year growth isn't that great. 10 times forward earnings. And if they keep going downward with what their earnings is going to be, that's going to go down as well. But anyhow, 10 times forward earnings, decent margins, year-over-year growth isn't there. Like I said, they're sliding down. Cash, $10 billion in cash, $42 billion in debt, $8 billion leverage-free cash flow. So they got cash out the wazoo for their dividend and to stay alive as they transform. Now, here's the thing with IBM. I think this could be a sleeper gaming play as they try and find out what to do with Watson. And I'd like to point out that Watson helped H&R Block. I didn't pull the story up here, but H&R Block partnered with them. They used Watson, and H&R Block had fantastic results from that. So, but Watson, we've done stories in the past where IBM says, use our stuff for your video games to help you develop them and things. Ubisoft is using them to power up Star Trek Bridge Crew. And IBM is slowly floating out there as they try and find people to use and monetize Watson and some of their services. They are making a gaming push out there. If I can load up this article. And they have lots of solutions out there for different game developers, and they've got where Electronic Arts has used them. And things like that. So they've got real world uses that they have out there, and they're starting to shop this around to use their data centers, to use their cloud computing, and to use their AI and build it into your game. So I think that's a smart move, as the gaming industry is a booming industry that's growing billions of dollars. I think this is a good use for it. We're going to look a lot closer at IBM. The question is, where are they going to stop sliding? And that's the question that everyone has. But I mean, you're talking 10 times earnings for nearly a 4% dividend on a company with a lot of cash. I think the turnaround's going to be there at some point. Have to look at it a little closer. Look at some of the case studies that they have for people using this. Some people say that it's a joke. They trash Watson, but if you look at who those people are, it's people that have stakes in Twitter and Amazon and stuff like that. So they're basically bashing a competitor, which what do you expect them to do? So it's an intriguing one. Over at the chat there, Najin on IBM, just need to drop more. Yeah, it's definitely, with this slide that it has, it's time to start taking a look at IBM, I think. Let's see where it settles out, and I might add this to my shopping list to keep watching it, see where it goes, and like I said, I'm particularly interested in how they're using Watson with different business, and if they could attach that with some good success, good development tools in video games, and you have Watson driving the AI in some of these games that are out there, I think that would be great. So now we're liking IBM a little bit more as its valuation, it's going down. Could be a buying opportunity in the near future, I think. So we'll see. That's it for today's show. Thanks for watching. Subscribe if you haven't already, so you get the latest investing news for gamers. Appreciate everyone who's watching, who's subbed, who gives us feedback. Send us your feedback. We'd like to hear from you so we can make the show better. We're trying to build a community to get more people involved in investing, particularly gamers, YouTubers, people like that. So chat with us live. We're live Monday through Friday, 1:30 Eastern, 12:30 Central. You can catch the show live, or we post the recaps up on YouTube. So in any case, thanks for watching, and we will see you tomorrow.